Yo, 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 what is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Joshua Q channel. Whether you're here with us live or you're watching this as a VOD, we're just going to be doing a little bit of animating inside Grand Theft Auto 5. This is a heavily modified version of it. Let me go ahead and pull it up so it's not frozen. I'm using a lot of this kind of little menu here. Specifically, a lot of stuff inside the spooner mode where we're able to kind of click on things and drag them about as needed. Hopefully everything's coming through smooth. I'm not sure if this is going to be too much of an ask of my machine to be running Grand Theft Auto 5 with heavily... It's pretty modified, as you can tell from the graphics and things. Not that the game had bad graphics, but looks to be lagging a little bit on my end, but we're just going to go ahead and keep cutting it up. These folks cut it up real good here. It was a shark attack. It wasn't when we were doing an audio test to make sure that we have our audios in place. Speaking of which, forgot to start the music there. Now it's live. Okay, here we go. Might as well go collect some of this money, huh? Yeah, it was a tragic attack. Look at the blood. Perfect pool of it. Not a perfect circle, but pretty close. Almost like it's about to take the form of a kidney bean, it looks like. Alright, so my idea for the little video we're going to be making today is just kind of a guy manifesting. Yo, what's going on, Joshua? Welcome to the stream, my friend. If you could let me know how things are coming through, because I got Spotify playing in the background. That doesn't take a lot of PC power, but I've got OBS in this pretty heavily modified version of Grand Theft Auto 5, so I don't know if my machine can handle this. It doesn't tell me that we've got any drop frames. It's telling me my stream health is excellent. I hope that you can say the same for your day. The climate is not changing. Turn on the music. Okay, excellent. Let me do that. How is that now? Literally one tick. Dang it, I definitely hit it by like 13.2 ticks. All right, that should be back in kind of a better range. But happy Wednesday to you, my friend. Just wanted to get back in here, you know. It's like I got all the... We were such on a good pace with this channel, and just wanted to get in here and make an animated video. And I figured if I'm going to make an animated video, I might as well just stream it. You know, what's the big deal? See if we can do a little parkour. But anyway, my idea for the animated video is just kind of having a guy... We'll get in here real quick, actually. Let me go into my spooner mode. We do have to be careful when we're spawning entities into the world, because these guys... On the other side, as you can tell, he is butt naked. So to keep things Cadillac with the YouTube algorithm, we can't get any further than that. But let's go ahead and spawn in, I think, a Saltoon cat. Saltoon, we'll go with a young. We'll go young. The old head, kind of out of his element when it comes to meditating and manifesting what he wants. And he's going to be sitting here, he's going to be praying and meditating and manifesting, a little bit like Mark 11:24, you know. You believe that you receive, believe you already have it and you'll receive it, something like that. I don't got it memorized, and I should. Just kind of escaped the tip of my tongue there. Anyway, we're going to spawn this guy in, and we're going to attempt to get an entire task sequence going. I like to try and get all these things set up where he's standing, and then the scene will probably start with him sitting. Then we got to figure out a way to get him to stand where it looks remotely correct. And anyway, he's gonna be sitting here meditating. He's gonna be meditating and affirming that he already has the truck, and he's thanking God and the universe for having this truck. And some guy is gonna come running up, you know, from over here, and the guy's gonna be like, "What are you doing over there, weirdo?" And the guy is going to literally thank the guy for running up. And the guy's like, "What are you thanking me for?" And then the guy that he's thanking is going to transform into a truck. And then this guy's going to jump in the truck and he's going to be like, "Ha ha! and he's going to roll out, and that's pretty much the end of it. But it's not too complex or anything, but I figured if I'm going to sit here on my machine, why not just live stream, cut it up? You know, down below, maybe you guys will see some quotes that I think are very relevant to life. I put those together this morning and kind of slapped them on the bottom of the channel here. If you guys have a favorite, do feel free to add it in the live stream chat, and we can be sure to add that to that list. All right, let's go ahead and click on this guy. We're going to go into a task sequence. So see, there's nothing in this task sequence. I really like to go ahead and copy, and let's just bring this one that we copied over here. And we're going to play around with some animations on the guy that we're not going to be using. So go to our pet options, go to animations. Let's do all animations. Let's search. Yo, Egg! What's going on, Eggbard? Yo, Kenya, what's going on? Welcome to stream, everybody. Been a while. I have not gotten a haircut since the last stream. If you guys can believe it, I literally figured out a way to make it so your hair... I'm kidding. I literally got it cut today. Josh said, I like to see how the sausage is made here. Man, Egg, we're doing great. Canyon, great to have you. Egg, great to have you. Josh been here for a moment. We're doing good. Just a lot of life change, but I'm sure we'll cut into that. Blue's doing good. I think you guys can see her. Let me. That should get you a clip of Blue right there, real quick. She's hanging out. Go ahead and get that. Oh, that's the struggles of getting back into it. You know, it's not like riding a bike, believe it or not, folks. Anyway, we're making a little animated video right now. So I figured, well, instead of just, you know, making this all by my lonesome, why not live stream and hang out with you guys? Did she hit a stretch real quick on stream? Holy cow, chat. Can you guys believe what I do not have in front of me at my desk right now? Bonus points to anybody that can guess it, as well as bonus points to anyone lets us know how you guys are doing, any big life updates and things. Would love to hear about it. Let me go and get what you guys are supposed to be guessing. Joshua hit the nail. Water. A neighbor hooked it up with this cookie today. Look at how big that thing is, dude. It's not even that the cookie's big. I just got really small hands, chat. So that's actually why this water bottle's not even really big. It's actually just that I've got tiny hands. Yo, what's going on, French? Welcome. Yeah. What's going on, Pat? Patrice? What's going on, my friend? It's gonna be interesting to attempt to animate while we've got an enter here, and he just gets kind of like a really slow kind of get down. This guy's getting a little romantic with sitting down right now. Kind of, you slow talking the beach here, pal? What do you got going on here? He looks a little bit like a baboon with that like chin strap muscle music beard going on. Great to have you, French. Pat, Patrice. Dude, looks like he's about to try and roll a 7. Oh, man. Joshua, that is critical, dude. That was a crit hit on me right there, right in the laugh. Here's the exit. Oh, exit and flee. This is when he... Whoa. He's really hanging out. This guy's trying to roll out, but he can't. So if you guys want to kind of know the backstory of what's going on here, I'm inside this Menyoo deal. where it lets you do a lot of different things. This is how I make all the videos that you guys, if you've seen them, all the short videos I make that are animated, that have like digital characters. I use GTA 5, pardon, a decently modified version of it. I'm just going to freeze this guy in place so he doesn't get out of our field of view here. You could tell he was kind of rolling around there. Speaking of rolling sevens, he was trying to be his own seven there for a second, if you can believe that. So let me go in here back into our animations. It's kind of cumbersome, but that's because this is a back door. Menyoo is made by somebody. I forget the gentleman's name, but what an incredible job he did. And right now we're just looking for animations that we can use for the video that we're trying to make. I think I already typed in standing. Okay, yeah, we have. Let me get him out of this one, chat, because he's kind of just... All right, so there's kneeling down. French, life's been great, man. Life has been good here. I've recently really got back into something that changed my life back in 2017. Granted, I was baptized in 2017, found God very closely, so that certainly helped me cascade my life into a different spiritual realm. But mentally and physically, I recently stepped back into the basics of listening to people like Jim Rohn and Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale. That's a lot of what's inspired me to put some of the quotes that you guys are seeing down below. I hope you guys are able to read those decently well, and they're not too distracting. So we're doing really, really good, French. How about yourself, my friend? And I was telling Josh, if you guys have any quotes that you guys like, feel free to put them in the chat, and then I can be sure to get around and add those to our rolling list that we've got down below. And I'll probably update that about once a month. It was kind of a cumbersome thing to get it in there, if you can believe that. And it's mostly just due to OBS's character limitations. So I had to kind of backdoor the text there by just making a video of scrolling text on a different program. Okay. Exit. What do we got here? Is this a decent exit? It's not fast enough. All right. So the story, French, is we're going to have a guy meditating, and he's going to try and, he's kind of manifesting a truck, if you will, and we need him to be able to stand up from the meditative position. I think this one's going to end up working. We're just going to go ahead and add that one to favorites, chat. That one's going to work just fine. And he stands up well enough. That'll be all we need, actually, from this guy. Let me go ahead and delete him and go back to our main. Yo, Josh, I look forward to connecting with you, man, here in the future. Thank you so much for getting us started on today's stream, man. You always come in like a firework, as does most of our regulars here. We appreciate that. You have a blessed rest of your Wednesday, my friend. Let's get this weather to extra sunny. The rain was kind of bothering me. Hope you guys are able to hear the music as well. I found a DMCA free playlist that shouldn't give us any copyright strikes, and lo-fi is kind of a well-accepted brand of music for most people's ears. So French, don't get caught watching, man. It makes me feel a little I don't know, man, like we're doing a secret mission here. Happy to hear things have been good, though. I've been thinking about y'all, man. The time just flew by, I really was trying to kind of get back in my groove, and we're there now again. So just one of those items, mental health and things, they can really catch up on you. It's important to take care of them. All right, so we're going to start a task sequence on this gentleman. The first task sequence is going to be an animation. Actually, the first task sequence is going to be teleport to position. And we're going to set the target to right there. Now we got to activate that. See, he's a little bit high up in the air, so we're going to have to adjust that target manually. Drag it down a little bit. Let's see. Pretty perfect, actually. Turn that off. And now we're going to have him face a direction. And we do the teleport to position and face direction. Just that way, if we have to shoot this scene multiple times, we just have consistency. So there's the direction he'll be facing. Right about there. Okay, add new. We're going to come down here. We're going to find animation. And meditate should be in here. I'm hoping it is. It should just say meditate. There's certainly some interesting ones hanging out in this list, if you guys caught those. I guess it's not. So what I can do, though, because I know it's in the other list of animations underneath pet options, come into these animations. Meditate right there. That's what we need. Add to favorites. There we go. Okay, then we'll come back in here to this gentleman's task sequence. We're going to go down here, and there's the meditate. Meditate idle. I always like to add a nothing task after this for as long as we need this guy to be meditating. So that's probably going to be like 10 seconds or something is what we'll leave it at. And I do that, and we're going to do keep tasks running after allocated time, because sometimes these animations get broken. And if I don't do that nothing and then check that box that says keep it running, it'll kind of break. Again, this is like a backdoor deal that we're messing with here inside of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now we're going to come in here. We're going to do the other animation of this gentleman standing up, which if you remember we saved right here. It's ambient at, medic at, standing at, tend to dead, at, exit, comma, space, exit. So that's how this is coded inside the game for whenever the game needs to call upon that animation. That's what it calls. But for now, we're going to be using it to actually kind of make it look like this guy's standing up from his meditation. And this one doesn't need to be long at all. In fact, we're going to time it out. Keep task running after it. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, there he is meditating. $10. Should be standing up here shortly. His arms are going to snap away, but that'll be okay. When we're filming, we'll just film somebody else while that's... That actually looks pretty good. That does not look bad. Now, the thing is I need to get the timing better on this. He only needs about 2.5 seconds, it looks like. See, this is why we have him teleport and face a direction, though, so that way, whenever he begins working, it's, you know, it goes back to where it needs to be. French said, I miss working days, but nights are quite quiet to be a hospital janitor. Hey, you know, thank you for what you do, man, in that hospital, French. I'm sure that to some degree there's a level of where you're able to spread more than maybe what you're even aware of that you're spreading out into that hospital. A place of healing. Thank you for helping keep them clean there. All right, so let's test out the timing of this guy's standing animation now. From the meditative pose that he's hanging out in. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay. Let's go ahead. One thing you're always going to want to do when you're messing with mods, especially when you're building complicated scenes like this. This one's not super complicated. Let's go ahead and manage saved files. And I like to save the range to file. Where are we at, though? We're kind of far away from this, actually. Let me do ourselves a favor, and we'll just run over there real quick. Didn't realize how far away I'd gotten from my scene. Go ahead and put our gun away that way. That guy shouldn't freak out because he's underneath one of our task sequences. He's underneath our spell, if you will. But just in case, we'll put the gun away. They got like... Oh, they just spray painted the tree. I thought they like taped trash to the tree for a second. Alright, now let's go in here. And we'll save the range to file. Save range to file. Always like to put A's at the front. Guide truck. Guide truck, meditate. Not sure why it didn't ask me. Really weird that it didn't ask me a reference point. Usually it has me place a reference point whenever I make a save file. French, It's my duty here to be as back as I can be, my friend. I've set life up now to where I can be back. That is correct, my friend. Expect to see this mug drinking water more regularly. Not sure why this didn't save. It didn't ask me to. Anyway, usually it's like, where do you want to spawn when you have this save file, you know? But it didn't ask me that. And that's okay. Can you hear the music okay, French? All right, then with this, it's always about getting back in the cut. Okay, so who do we want to have kind of be like? We'll just have it be a Saltoon old man. What are you doing over there, Junior? Kind of like that, you know? What are you doing over there, Junior? And then Junior's like, oh, thank you, Dad. And the dad's like, what do you mean? And the dad turns into the truck that this guy's meditating for, if you will. All right, so here's the old guy. Always make sure he spawns with pants. We'll just right-click him. We'll give him a shirt real quick. Wardrobe. Torso. There we go. There's a shirt. All right, now we've got this guy. What are you doing, Junior? Kind of how he'll sound when he's talking, if you will. And his task sequence is going to be to run up and kind of be like, what are you doing, like that? Okay, so task sequence, we need to, again, we always start our task sequence with a teleport to position, so we'll have him spawn right about here. And then I always like to test it. See, he's spawning way too low, so let's, oops, adjust it manually. Pull up our Z coordinate. A little higher there. When did you swap to days, or nights from days, French? Sounds like it was kind of recently, if I had to guess from your message. Still spawning just a touch low. There we go. And then we'll have him face the young male. It makes it a little easier. And we'll have him be the focal point. Instead of having this guy face direction, we'll just have him face the male. Add new. And then we're going to have him follow route. We're going to go in here. It's going to be running. We're going to place... We'll have him just run right at him. To about... We'll call it right here. Okay. We'll try that out real quick. It should be okay. Big thing is I need to time out the run now. Yeah, because we actually need to adjust. When he's running, see how he finished a little bit after the run? Right? You always kind of need to stop the run a little bit more soon, I guess. Remove coordinate. Okay, now let's try that again. And then I'll get the timing down of how long it's taken him to run that distance. What are you doing, Junior? Okay, that's good. Follow route. It's probably only like 6 seconds, huh, chat? Months ago. Oh, but you're still working days. Yo, French, I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm happy that your insomnia is not as bad as it was. I remember that being like a big item. Here we go. Probably only, you don't even really need it to be very long. It just to get him in that direction. It's actually pretty perfect. We'll make it 4 seconds, and I'm also going to adjust the position of the camera to a little bit. See, sometimes he's inconsistent. He's hitting his mark a little inconsistently here. See, that time he ran past it. This time he's going to stop right before it. No, he ran the same distance this time. All right, that'll be fine. Turn that one off. All right, let me go into my spooner again. Manage our save files. Put 3 A's at the start of this one. Guide, truck, meditate. Overwrite file. Overwrite placements in file with database. That's correct. Let's not start task sequence immediately. Okay, here we go. Let's set our reference coordinates. Right there. There's the reference coordinates. So if we ever have to come back in here, that's where we'll spawn in when we load this instance, this sequence. Okay, so now I need to kind of look at these guys. I need to add a nothing on this guy real quick, actually, at the start, because we have the other guy talking, so I do need this guy to hang out for a little bit before he runs over. Man, not huge plans here, French, for Thanksgiving. Not the biggest plans. I am ready for it. But I'm certainly ready. You know, we got food and football, but probably just going to my folks' place. I don't think it's going to be anything too intense. Do you guys celebrate American Thanksgiving in Canada? I couldn't imagine that it would make a lot of sense for you to. Right? Because Thanksgiving is the Pilgrims and the natives and the history that got muddied into what turned into the Thanksgiving holiday, I suppose. Oh, Kenya, we're just hanging out, you know, getting stuff situated in life, grinding, if you will, the American culture that can really kind of put its ugly claws into you, take away your life, your soul, if you'll let it. That's why I got those positive quotations down below, man. Keep your mind right, your soul right. Canadian Thanksgiving is in October? Do you guys have turkey? What do you have going on? Food-wise, like cranberry sauce, corn, stuffing. Hey, Kanan, I'm happy to be back, my friend. I'm happy to have you guys here on the first stream back. I saw you still been hanging out on the platform, Kenny. Your channel's been growing pretty good. I'm happy to see that. All right, okay. Let's go in here. Nothing for 7 seconds might be too long. I'm just thinking, okay, this guy's sitting here. Thank you, God, for this beautiful truck. Thank you, God, for this beautiful truck. That's about... The timing doesn't even be perfect. It's actually better to have more time than less time. So I'm going to do 6 seconds on this guy. Now let's time it out. Let's go to our edit multiple entities simultaneously. Come in here, and then let's start their task sequences, and let's get a peek at their timing here, if you will. Who's meditating? Okay, good. That actually works great. Because now all I need to do... Perfect. Thank you, Nightbot. Get some water, chat. Even if you're watching this post-broadcast, get some water, please. Timing of these is actually excellent. Now all I need to do is watch them again, because we've got the beginning and the middle, and now I just need to animate the end. And I'll tell you what, chat, this the animation part of this is about done. This is a pretty quick one. Now I do need to have this guy hang out, the dad, for 1 second. So we'll add a nothing sequence for just a small amount of time, 2 seconds ought to do it. And then we're going to have a... I forget what it's called. I'll be able to trigger effects. That's what it's called. Trigger effects. And we'll do a magical smoke 2. And then change opacity to 0. And then he's going to turn into a truck. Now, granted, he's not going to be what turns into a truck, but right behind where he's running, we're actually going to put a truck. Okay, and we're going to time it out. So, where is change opacity? There it is. Change opacity to 0. Add new nothing. And we'll make that nothing for a long time. Right? Okay. Now, I need to start this task sequence and end it right where he's about at the end position so I can put the truck just right next to this guy. We'll time the truck out. Whenever he blows up, disappears, we'll have the truck spawn in right behind him, and then the guy's going to run into the truck and say, oh, thank you, God, thank you, universe. Canyon said, yes, my channel on YouTube is growing a lot. Been streaming 2 days a week, on Twitch as well, movies and DJ content. DJing, what kind of DJing you do? You like the music I got on my stream, Canyon? I'm not DJing this. You know, I mean, I guess I kind of technically am because it's in the backside of my broadcast now, isn't it? But I don't think that's technically DJing because it's just on a playlist that's automatically playing. So I guess Spotify, for lack of better term, is the DJ, if you will. Guys, always make sure to get your waters. Okay, so let's start this guy again. Oh, we need to change his opacity back to 100% at the beginning of this task sequence, don't we? I was wondering where the guy was. Okay, here we go. There he is. Okay, I forgot to change his opacity back to 100%. I was like, where's this Joker at, dude?
Let's get some love in the chat.
Happy those still work without having to really work on it. Come on, dude. Oh, yeah. He's hanging out because he's, that's all it is. Okay, there he goes. Perfect, and then he disappears. Now, we only need that to be a quarter of a second. I didn't know that you were Jewish, French. Hanukkah. When does Hanukkah start? The 13th of December? Maybe? I'm about to get my Christmas stuff up over the weekend. All right, let me stay focused here, chat. Don't distract me, okay? Give me 1 second. All right, so that's where that guy's going to be. Let me get the truck figured out. How can I do the truck? Okay, so here's how we're going to do the truck. You got to be careful when you're placing the truck. Fun entity in the world vehicle. Let's get a nice big truck. These are industrial, though. I think that might be a bit too much. 14th of December. Okay, hey, I don't feel too bad for my guess of the 13th. Not that it matters. I mean, I guess it kind of matters. Imagine if I had the ad turn into that thing. I think we just need to go to get a bunch of mixing trucks. And it lasts for 12 days, correct? Yo, Kenan, that's pretty cool, dude. You're able to, like, play copyright-protected stuff, it sounds like. All right, why do we just have... Oh, off-road. Okay, there we go. They're kind of hidden in the... I guess a big monster truck would be pretty cool, huh? I don't know if we need all that. I think we just need, like a big F-250 kind of looking truck would be okay. Monster truck would be neat, but I think it would just... Scale-wise, I don't think we need that. There we go. All right, we got the... We'll go with the XL. Got the XL F-350 here that this guy manifested into his life, and his dad was laughing at him. And then the dad turned into... Big old truck, chat. All right. So now we got to We're going to modify the truck, though, to make it beautiful. But before we do that, we're actually going to hit a little save here real quick. Manage save files. Come down here. Welcome to the stream, everybody that's in here. We're so happy to have you guys, man. It's been a little while. And we're happy to be back. This channel means a lot to me. And in part, a lot to God, a lot to universe. And hopefully a lot to you folks. Overwrite placements in file with database. That's correct. I always just like to talk to myself because you can accidentally delete right there. And there's no like, are you sure you want to delete this? There's never, are you sure you want to delete that? Because again, what we're messing with here is a little bit of a back door. Actually, there's no little bit about it. It is just a back door. All right, let's do some Menyoo custom on this thing. Get some big off-road wheels on this sucker. I want it to be redneck style, but I also want it to be like mall crawler style. And I feel like these kind of fit both of those categories. They look a little bit like steely wheels, but they're also big enough and fancy enough, if you will. Oh, here we go. We got a custom front bumper. Chrome. There we go. Let's chrome this sucker out. Skirts. Chrome extended fuel rails. I actually don't like the way that looks. It takes away from the ride height. You know, it doesn't make it look like as big of a truck as we're needing here for the purposes of this guy's stuff. Chrome grill. We're just going to chrome this truck out. Got a sunshade. There we go. I like sunshades. I also like the little headache rack, these lights. If I had a purpose for a big truck, would definitely be a diesel. Doing a lot of towing. We don't need to upgrade this thing. Well, I guess we could for, because he could just drive right into the wall at the end of the animation, which would probably be actually kind of hilarious. So, more speed, the better. There we go. Suspension. No, we're going to leave that where it's at. We don't need armor. Paints. Okay, here's where we can mess with the paint. Kenyon said you can listen to music without getting a copyright on Twitch. And that's when you're like doing your DJing and stuff. And the movies. That's pretty cool. That sounds like a legal gray area almost, but not a gray area because like you said, you have the permissions. Metallic. We'll go red. Feel like we'll actually kind of look at the environment. Yeah, I think red will stick out really good for the video. And then we'll mess with the wheel color real quick. Go back into the paints. Wheels. Can I not change the color of these wheels? What's going on? That's, I guess because they're chrome. Well, that'll be fine. We're good. We're good. All right, so now let's go into the task sequence of this truck. We're going to need to time this out. Add new. First, we'll teleport it to its position. I wish I could just say the current position that it's in. I wish that could just be what it is. We need to test this. Oh, gosh. All right, so I got to mess with this real quick. Oh, okay. Thankfully, it's not too bad. Sometimes it can get a little squirrely. Okay, that's not too bad. Not sure why we have neon lights right now underneath this thing, chat. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, they're like rainbow. I'm gonna have to turn that off. I feel like that'll be. Now they just. Oh, that wasn't. That was just the little thing from the task sequence. That little ball that, if you guys are familiar, that pops up when you're messing with this stuff. Okay. Okay, that's already set. We'll turn off the task sequence. Okay, add new. This one's going to be just chilling on nothing for a while with an opacity of 0, actually. Where's change opacity? There it is. Zero. Nothing for a while, then change opacity. We also need to do a trigger effects. And we're going to do a magical smoke. Wish it. We can move the location of it, I'm sure. Let me go in there. Yeah, adjust relative position. Okay, so I need to... turn this nothing sequence down to 0.5 seconds real quick. Then I'll be able to mess with this as it's playing. Okay. That's moving the kind of the right way. Let's get the Y going. Because we need it to be near the guy. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and turn that off. Nothing. We'll bring this up. I think it was like a 12-second deal, kind of back and forth. That's really neat, Kenny. I'm gonna have to look into that. I mean, I don't have... I've watched one of your movie stream deals before on YouTube. You're certainly a bit better at all that stuff than I could be. I'm happy to have a program for that, for people that make content to your degree. Yo, Burton, what's going on? Welcome to stream, my friend. Long time. As you're stepping in here, make sure to get some water, man.
Welcome to the stream.
Great to have you. Great to have everybody. Yo, happy birthday. Can we get some birthday love? I know we don't have the typical cohort that we were building back in July, but that you guys are already here. You guys are the loyal. Okay. Let me do... I need to do trigger effects first and then change opacity. Let me go into the save here real quick. And Burton, what we're working on right now is we're working on making an animation. So we're kind of here in the back end, doing some animating with the task sequences and other items. You'll be able to see the thing I'm messing with on the left-hand side of your screen. And then we got some music rolling now as well. I built a playlist for us. So I hope you guys are a fan of the music I selected. I feel like lo-fi is kind of one of those types of music that kind of goes like in one ear and out the other, but like sticks around in the brain for a little bit. I feel like that was a decent description of it, actually. Okay. I did not save, though. Come in here and save this. Just because when you're messing with this mod, it's sometimes the game just crashes. You don't want all your hard work to go away. Edit multiple entities simultaneously. Okay, there's all three. All right, let's see how the timing of all this is, chat. We got this guy meditating his truck. Here comes Dad. 3, 2, yep, 1. What are you doing, Junior? Dad, oh, thank you. Excellent. Okay. It actually, chat, the timing is perfect. All I need to do is I need to go in here to the entity database, Sand King, past sequence, add new, right? I need to make the truck do nothing after it changes opacity back to 100%. Do you see how it kind of flashed in and flashed out? Because we forgot to tell it to stay on 100%. It went right back to the top, which was teleport to position, change opacity back to 0, hang out at nothing for a little bit. So let's go back in and get a peek at that. And then we're going to add the task sequence of the young male going to get in the vehicle. And that will be a successful animation. And then I just need to go in and record and then go into the camera and all these other items. But let me go ahead and go back to the save because I want to make sure I get a save with everything as smooth as it's being right now, which is excellent. Overwrite placements with files in the database. Okay, edit multiple there we go. Start task sequences. Here we go. There's Junior hitting a little meditation real quick. Here comes his father running on over. Perfect, dude. That is excellent. Okay. Because it doesn't have to be pretty, because we can make it pretty in post with the cameras, if that makes sense. Yeah, no kidding. I've been seeing your the YouTube shorts that you make. Burton said 17. I'm assuming that's the number in which was achieved on yesterday's birthday adventures. Did you do anything fancy for your birthday, Burton? I always kind of just hang out on my birthday, chat. Not gonna lie, I just kind of hang out. All right, let's go ahead and stop those task sequences. I'm actually gonna go ahead, and it's just one of those things, chat. It's a good habit to be in. Saving. Saving is a great habit to be in. There we go. Overwrite placements and file with the database. Okay, let me right click on this guy. We're gonna add something new to his task sequence, which is, I forgot to have the dad kind of yelling. Here's an artist, Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, all copyright free. French, let me grab my notebook. I'm gonna write that down, my friend. Give me 1 second, please. Excellent, excellent word, my friend. Excellent word. Got that written down. The notebook that I will, 1 second. I'll be sure to look into that, brother. Thank you for putting me onto that. Yeah, Kenyon, yo, I appreciate you being here, man. You have a beautiful rest of the night, afternoon, whatever it is for you.
Let's get some love in the chat.
Thank you so much for being here, brother. Great to have you. All right, what was I? Oh yeah, okay. Let me do this real quick. Manage entity database. Let me go to the old mail. Go into his task sequence. Follow route and then nothing for 2 seconds. I think for that nothing for 2 seconds instead, what I want to do, chat, is add an animation where he's kind of yelling, you know, just to add a little bit of drama, if you will. Instead of just standing there. Task running after allocated time. That's going to default to 0 anyway. That's why we have that nothing sequence for 2 seconds. Hopefully one of these just says arguing. Arguing, yelling at somebody, arguing guy. I think yelling at someone will work. And I'm just going to go ahead and assume the sale that's going to work just fine. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about platforms, I guess is what they're called. Canyon. I could see them doing stuff like that. They kind of typically follow each other, right? A little bit. Yeah, French, did it get delayed to November? And Take-Two, and in line with that, I just think that they do. You know, you have to wonder at what level is it a publicity stunt to continue edging the game's release by 6 months, by 6 months, by 6 months, by 4 months, by 5 months, because you have people that don't even know about Xbox, PlayStation. They probably know about video games, you know, and consoles and things, but, you know, all these folks, they just keep pushing the date, and because of that, it gets on CNBC stock, you know, the stock news. It gets on local news stations. It's all over Facebook. It's all over YouTube. More so than if the game was just on pace to continue its release. Like, every time it gets pushed, you have to wonder if it's a... I mean, obviously it's because the game is behind in its development, but maybe it's a publicity stunt in the same marketing right as well. All right, then we're going to have this guy enter the vehicle. Sand King. Add new. Then we're going to have him follow. There should be drive to position if in vehicle. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Drive to position if in vehicle. Speed really fast. We're going to make the truck very fast as well. Yeah, yo, Kenyon, have a great dinner, brother. You stay happy and healthy as well. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, Kenyon. Driving style, avoid traffic a lot. Let me go in here to the truck. Let me go to the Menyoo customs. See right here, look at this, chat. Horsepower multiplier. We're going to bump that up to a lot. And torque multiplier, bump that up by maybe not that much. That would make the thing almost disappear, in fact. Top speed, we'll just bring that up. But he's just going to crash right into the wall right there. And then the big thing, chat, is you got to make sure that you tell this guy right here to exit vehicle. Because if you don't exit the vehicle, whenever the task sequence loops, he gets doubled back. He'll spawn into the vehicle. The vehicle will go here. It'll break all the animations. So you got to make sure you tell this guy to get out of the car. Exit vehicle if in one. Okay, perfect. All right, this should be it, chat. And assuming the cell, I'm going to go ahead and jump to Franklin, make him invisible, and record this scene. Now, before I do that, though, oh yeah, save the object spooner, manage save files. Let's come in here and save. Brent said, I'm just mopping and typing. Heck yeah, dude. You gotta, is it a big hospital? Probably a lot. Dude, there's something about mopping, though, man. It's meditative. To a degree, you know. All right, let's overwrite that. And let me see if I can go in here. There ought to be something. There should be heal vehicle. Okay, yeah, set health. Let's do that right here. I don't know how what this thing health is supposed to be to start. But I just, you know, that way when it crashes and it goes back, it's back to being healthy. If we need to film this scene again, we'll come back in here, manage save file, come down to, or more like, I was trying to go up right there. Let's come down. Guy truck, meditate, overwrite placements in file with the database. Okay, now let's get out of spooner mode. We will go into our player option because we're actually as our player right now. None of those guys over there are our players. It's just, we just built a cutscene almost, if you will. Visibility, get my controller. Plug in that controller. Come up over here to our object spooner. Edit multiple entities. See, I like to kind of get a little bit. Let me make myself not invisible for 1 second, actually. Yo, Nightbot, I appreciate that love. Oh, we just walked in the tree. Because we're invisible, I couldn't tell where we actually were. Okay, so let's go right here. No, I want to go... Because we're going to be invisible, so the camera won't pick us up. I just like to be able to observe to make sure we're capturing everything we need in our little scene here. So I really need to be able to see the dad. Okay, that'll be fine. Yo, Garrick, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Yay, well, this is actually an earlier start time than we would normally stream. But lately I've been able to free up a lot of my time. So if I'm ever streaming at this time of the day, it's likely going to be talking about, you know, some of the quotes you guys are seeing below, or working on animations like we're doing right now. When I stream in the evening, usually we stream 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know what time zone you are in, So that would be about 2 hours from now is when we typically start our stream. But I don't believe, unless you've changed your name, Garrick, that... Is this your first time stopping by the channel? If it is, man, thank you so much and welcome to stream.
Cousin, I don't care if they're strangers. Spread some love in the chat.
Let's get some love in the chat.
Welcome to the stream, brother.
Let me see some love in the chat.
You've been here. Garrick, that's on me. That's on me, Garrick. Did you change your name or am I just... Man, I really need to hydrate. Complete ownership on me there if I've forgotten your name, my friend. My apologies. That would be 7 o'clock then. For you. Is when I typically stream, and we usually play like Grand Theft Auto 4. Oh, nice, Garrick. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, can we get some love for Garrick, man? Welcome to stream. Right now, we're just working on this animation. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Grand Theft Auto 5 and this menu and task sequences and setting up animated movies inside of Grand Theft Auto 5. But if you go to our channel after our live stream, whenever you have some free time, if you go to our short videos, I'd say that 95% of my short videos are actually made using Grand Theft Auto 5, and I make silly little animations. So let me go ahead. I was going to actually go in here back to my spooner mode. And I'm going to actually have this guy real quick. Task sequence. We're going to add base entity real quick. Right here. For a quarter second, old male. That way it just looks more natural when they're not arguing. Well, the dad's kind of arguing. His vibe is kind of an argue vibe, but the son's over here meditating and manifesting into his life the things that he wants, and then the dad's like, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing, Junior? And then when he's doing that, he literally turns into the truck. So the guy, you know, needs to be more specific when he's manifesting because he lost his father and now he has a truck. But, you know, nonetheless, it worked. Okay. Let's going back over to us. Go into our spooner and actually just save this real quick. Truck, meditate, overwrite placement. There we go. Yo, I appreciate that, Nightbot. Thank you. You guys get some water, man, if you haven't been hydrating here recently. All right, let me... Player option. Yeah, we're just making ourselves invisible. Sometimes I get all choked up in these menus, chat. Okay. Multiple entities simultaneously. I like to start and then stop the task sequence. Okay, let me get out of that menu. Let me start recording. F8 to get back in that. Start task sequences. He's meditating. Here comes the dad running. Perfect. Here comes Junior standing up. Dang it, the truck. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. We only that's an easy fix. Let me go in here. I stopped him already, I think. Go in here, cancel this recording. I just need to fix the timing of the truck by, I think that was about 2 seconds. If I had to guess. Two seconds ought to do it. Save that as well. Into the nitty-gritty part of this chat. Just getting everything dialed in. I thought we were there, but we weren't. That's okay. Nearly had her. Very close. Actually look at the dad's task sequence real quick. Look at... It took him a little bit to yell. Follow route. 4 seconds. Play animation. That's the argue one. Let's do the follow route for 3.5. Shorten that a little bit. Not sure why Nightbot's having a conundrum and asking us to hydrate twice in a row back to back like this, but who would we be to not oblige? You are in. It's not the Atlantic time zone, right? That would be crazy. I don't think it's called the Atlantic time zone. But you're over in Newfoundland, so I know it's... There's no way it's 2 hours ahead of Eastern time. It's just 1 hour ahead of Eastern. So it's actually 6 o'clock for you right now. Had to wash them toilets. Heck yeah, man. Keeping that hospital clean, dude. Helping people heal. Okay. Where did I get stuck here? Okay, let me go in here. Save. Close. Mid-Atlantic time zone. Or am I close about the time and not the name? Keeping me on the hinges here, Patrice. Holding me out to dry. Okay. 30 minutes. You have a that's so weird. You have like a time zone and a half almost, huh? So you're an hour and a half ahead of... That's so weird. What's the name of it? All right, stop task sequences. Stop. All right, here we go. Go ahead and... I always accidentally hit RB for some reason. I'm not sure why I do that. Start recording. Start. Let's get a peek at the meditating. Okay, meditating. Dad, run. 3, 2. Thank you. Okay, it's off by a little bit too... Gonna have to figure out a couple of timing things here, but it'll be okay. You just call it Newfie time. Hey, you know, if I ever get the phone with somebody from Newfoundland, be like, oh, how's that Newfie time going over there? Well, probably, maybe they'll be offended by that, though, actually. Maybe it's not the best idea. I'm trying to memorize what just happened in that situation, and I think it was that we needed to have the truck 1 second sooner, and we need the effect to be 1 second shorter. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's all it'll be. I'll save this just to be sure. Okay. All right. There we go. Perfect. F8 out of here. Hold down. Oh, we don't need to start recording yet. We need this. Start, stop. All right, there we go. F8 out. Start recording. F8 in. Start task sequences. Meditating. Perfect. You see him over there hanging out right underneath that start task sequence. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and run. There we go. He's arguing. Disappearing. There's the truck. Okay. All right, now the moment of truth. Does he get in and crash this thing? Drive! Oh, I forgot to... Whoa!
Come on, move.
You know, it's almost like we can make that work, chat. I don't know. I forgot to... We don't need to actually make it work. Sometimes you just need to take it easy. Come back in here, start your task sequences, stop them. And, let me make sure that I add to this guy's task sequence. Let me go back in here, back out. Spooner mode, which just means flying around, hovering about. Right-click on this guy, task sequence. Drive to position. I didn't give him a position to drive to. So that ought to do it. Okay. But it needs to get... This is the standing up one. Face entity for a half second. Enter vehicle. He needs to enter faster. I wish there was an option to make him run to enter the car. But we'll just have to take care of that, you know, cut it out. Yo, Garrick, just hanging out, man, on a Wednesday. Feeling spirited. I can appreciate that. Drink of choice, my friend. All right. Trying to speed up this exchange of him getting in the car, but we can fix that in an hour. Dude, Garrick, that's crazy, man. Getting spirited, then heading out to work. What do you do for work, man, if you don't mind sharing? Okay. It'll be fine. We'll fix that up in post. That'll be fine. So let me go back over here. Go in, save this real fast. Overwrite placements and file with database. Saved. Excellent. Yeah, no, Garrick. You and French, man. Similar line of work. I know French was saying that he was mopping up a hospital earlier, and it's just the thing about clean environments. I do some cleaning myself. That's actually what I do on the side, or my main hustle right now is actually just doing residential cleaning, typically just inside of Airbnbs and things. So we're all kind of in the same line of work, to a degree, if you will. Okay. Go ahead and turn off spooner mode. I think I already saved it. Yeah, I did. Spooner mode, edit simultaneously. Stop, start, stop. Hopefully that truck's in a proper alignment. F8 out. Start recording. F8 in. Start. Here we go. Meditating. There he is meditating. Here comes his dad. 4, 3, 2, 1. He's going to be rolling out. There he goes. Going to be arguing. Kid's going to stand up. Ah, the truck kind of spawned in weird. Because of it getting... That's not going to be good. I'm going to have to fix its rotation. Bro just got crushed by the truck that he manifested, dude. You got to be careful out here on the streets, chat. All right, we'll be able to make one of those work into the funny animation that we're going for. That'll be fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing about when you're making animations. You really can just kind of chop it all together in these things. We go ahead and make ourselves revisible. Player option. Visibility. Go in here to our object spooner. Garrick said, I do a good job, but I don't get... Oh, that's good, yeah. Garrick, I mean, that's just the thing. It's like about the... I like the way that you look at things, man. It's all about the way you look at it. We got a quote that scrolls down below that Wayne Dyer said. He said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And Garrick, I got to say, that's like... The way that you framed what you just said really has a lot to do with that. Look at the sun hanging out. I think he died, dude. I think the sun died. He's broken. Look at him. He's over here hanging out. Get out of here so I can actually... There's the truck again. The animation's all broken now. But, yeah, the sun definitely got killed. Yo, French, I look forward to having you back. We may... I go pick up my wife here from work momentarily, so... We may or may not be here when you re-tune back in. But it's been a blessing of a stream since we've returned. But look at bro just hanging out. Just dead. Hanging out. Okay, let me manage the entity database. Removal. Delete all entities in the database. Alright, let me go in here, my player options. We're actually going to change into... Model changer. Where's my... Oh, there's favorites. Okay. Who do we want to be, chat? Where is he? Where's bro? Where's Kermit? I feel like I just went right past him, huh? I had to have. Yeah, there he is. Kermit the Frog. That's why I missed it. I'm going to go ahead and turn into Kermit here. Roll out. Let me make it so that the world turns back on. Miscellaneous options. Decreased vehicle, decreased pet. Let's turn those back on. Let me get my Vehicle spawned in. Vehicle spawner. Favorites. No, I guess it's a saved vehicle. We have a Ferrari Enzo, which looks really clean. This car's very clean. The guy that modded this into the game, I forget his name, but he did a phenomenal job. It sounds great, too. Sounds just like an Enzo. But I wanted to do a little bit of driving. Kermit's scooter. What is this? Well, there's Kermit's scooter hanging out. Let's go ahead and get on this sucker. There we go. The health bike. Looks like a banana. Just do some cruising. We'll be ending our live here in like the next 10 minutes or so. So I just, you know, cruise around. And then we'll be back to doing live. Look at this thing's clean, dude. And we'll be back to hit live streams pretty regularly. Not going to hold ourselves to a schedule as of yet, but just know that the Joshua Q channel is back, and it's back with a vengeance. As in the most positive of a way. Vengeance is kind of a negatively sewn word, isn't it? Let me find my way over to... I don't think I can break through that fence. I just kind of pulled up to work right now, didn't I? I just pulled in. Said, oh, this is where I work. Kermit the Frog's got a day job now. Sesame Street ain't doing so hot. Elmo's getting all the credit. Just giving him a couple love taps there. Didn't even hit him. Just giving him a story. Yeah, but now he has bad survival instinct, so I think he needs one on the foot. There we go. It was kind of the back of the Achilles, just above the Achilles, right in the calf. Right in the tender part, just enough to teach him a lesson or two. I'm going to cruise it over. I'm going to see if I remember where this place is. Been a while since I've been on a GTA 5 map. Oops. That lady said, oh my lord. That ain't good. All right, here we go. What happened there? I don't know. Take it easy. That's what happened there. I think it's over here somewhere. We'll see if we can't find it. Whoa! It's gonna be over here. It's near like the Beverly Hills. Sorry about that. Oh, this guy's just hanging out. Making sure we're alive, and then they're gonna run away. Whoa! Whoa, why are you guys acting all crazy, dude? I'm just pulling out a... Hey, now! Holy cow, we've got the entire city of Los Santos here. Has never seen a gun going off. By random, I suppose. Take it easy, dudes. I think it's... Let me mark on the mini-map here. We gotta come up here and take a right. Yeah, that's what it is. It's over here somewhere. Nice little sequence, like a little grind sequence. And I always misplace its location. It's over by the movie set. I think I'm heading in the right direction. I just gotta take a couple rights here. Then a left. Yeah, left here at the ammunition. We got a cop car here. Let's see if he doesn't just lead us right. We're getting a police escort right now, chat. Nah, he's distracting us. He's bringing us the wrong way. It's over here. This is actually exactly where it's at. I confused ammunition with pay and spray. This pay and spray location, if you guys ever played Midnight Club Los Angeles, is in about the same place as that map. As the main garage that you first unlock in that game. Rolling out. whoa, whoa. I was supposed to hit that exit right there. It'll be okay. Go ahead and bust a U-turn. I think E-brake is RB. Yeah, this doesn't work very well. It worked great. It's just not what I was anticipating. I was anticipating it being a little slide brake. Oh. This guy's got a nice Mercedes. Look at this guy's survival instincts. I'm trying to run away. Let me crash in the back of the... There we go. Go ahead and take care of that situation while we're at it. Flip the bike back up on its feet. Okay, here we are. We're right where we needed to be. And it's not through there. In this little area, though. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it, chat. Fear not. We found it. Just missed the grind. Oh! Kermit. I wonder if I sit on the... I wonder if the game will do the animation to put a helmet on. I guess it doesn't. I think maybe it only does it for main characters. Potentially. Or characters that the game knows that you can actually play as. And when you add a different character, it's just not in the... I don't know the back end of coding a skin into the game, but it's got to be something to do with that. Maybe if I was a motorcycle guy, he would too. But this is a nice little area to start it out with. Really, the main attraction is trying to get a grind on this big rail. If you guys are familiar, we did make a video of Kermit hitting a very sick grind. He said, if you want to be cool, then do cool stuff. But instead of saying stuff, he farted. A euphemism for pooping, you know? Then do cool poop. Too big, right into the light. Oh! Ripping our shoulder off. Let's hop up here. Knock the bike over. Kick her around. Rolling out. Here we go. Oof. Trash the concrete. All right, let's see if we can't get one nice, decent grind here. Oh, terrible. Come on. Here we go. All right, perfect. Just clip our tire there. Watch out, lady. Ah. Didn't pull around enough. I was like, okay, we got the jump perfect. But we gave it a little bit too much time before I started trying to pull on the left stick. Pull us into a grind situation there. All right, here we go. That'll be fine. Golly. All right, chat. Hey, it's been a pleasure being back live on YouTube with you guys, back here on the Joshua Q channel, playing a little bit of music. I think we got through, you know, an hour and 20 divided by about an average of a 2-minute song. About 60 songs, right? Something like that. No, 30 songs, pardon. But we'll be live again this evening. I'm not sure what we will be playing. We won't be making a movie. We'll be playing an actual game. I may be playing with a friend on Rocket League or something of that nature, something of that sort. Potentially not the case. And if that's not the case, we'll be playing Grand Theft Auto 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony, continuing our playthrough of that. French, you came back just in time to say goodbye and hear us say that we'll be back in approximately 2 to 2.5 hours. We'll be back live. Yo, Encore, oh my gosh. You're coming just as we're ending. I got to go pick up my wife from work. But we'll be back live again. Encore, French boy. You guys are such a blessing, man. It's been such a No, Anchor, we'll be back, and you don't got to worry, man. We've rewrited the ship, and that's why I've got my positive statements rocking and rolling underneath our webcam here. Notice no green screen. Just trying to have a more holistic, hospitable type of a live stream. You did miss it, but we'll be live again. I was just saying we'll be live this evening, whether it be playing Rocket League with a friend. I may see if my buddy wants to play Rocket League together. His name's actually Josh as well, as funny as that is. Or if he does not want to, we'll be continuing our Ballad of Gay Tony playthrough this evening in about 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. Maybe a little sooner, maybe not. But I'm so happy to be back, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the music that we've got rolling, the quotes down below, and as always, the broadcast that we bring you. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you guys. You guys keep it chill, man. Manifest the life you want to have. Visualize the future that you can see. Steve Harvey says that the visions you have in your brain, especially the positive ones, are the visions put in your mind by God of the future that you can have. And I just ask that you assign an emotion and a feeling and feel the way that the door handle would feel on the new home, or how you'd feel driving to a new job, or how you'd feel driving to your new job if you gave your job a new meaning, or all these different things. Just be positive out there, guys. We'll be seeing you guys soon, okay? Peace. Thank you guys so much for a good stream, our first stream back. Later.